about it.
Even though you're not funny, you don't make your family laugh at the dinner table. I know you don't.
The BurntPeanut part 2? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm
this
just
is part 2?
Peanut. I have a...
B when my wife's boyfriend lets me stay up past my bedtime for the BurntPeanut dance party.
You literally said the N-word multiple times. I don't know why saying a word means anything, but okay. I did not choose this peanut life. I got...
Chat. The images I have seen of this person. This guy. I've watched this guy become a lolcow in like real time, and I've just seen the most horrible things. It's like I don't even, you know, let's just watch.
Turned into one by the BurntPeanut.
Hey everybody, CP here, the cool potato. Just wanted to show off the new streamer persona.
Chat, should I get one of these and make my name CP the cool potato? He lolcow Max so hard that it should be studied.
So streaming has become
really
quite popular, especially since 2020, where it saw a huge spike in attention, probably due to things like COVID, where we were all forced inside, and for many in education at the time, you had to put up with makeshift and quickly put together online classes that I'm pretty sure nobody learned a single thing in.
Yep.
I'm not a child, Heidi. I'm a grown man.
Yeah, Heidi.
Yo, Randy, you bald as shit.
We've been hacked.
But for
I remember that shit where it's just a bunch of people joined this random meeting.
many people around that time, especially when the lockdowns had just started, you had to find things to do, which for some turned into learning skills like coding, cooking, painting, and maybe learning how to properly exercise.
Oh, it's Greek God
Or for
X.
some it meant
I
playing
remember
the
that.
same games over and over till you eventually
When he was still
become
fat.
fatigued with games in general, and even
Did Greek God X get fat again? I don't know what that guy's been up to recently. He was better when he was fat. He was better when he was fat. Him and Tyler One streaming in like 2016 was some of the funniest shit I ever saw.
same games over and over till you eventually become fatigued with games in general, and even though you had all this free time now, you just couldn't bring yourself to play a game for even 15 minutes before getting bored, closing the game, and staring blankly at the screen.
True,
but watching someone
real.
else play the exact same game was a different thing entirely. Streaming
That's
around
true.
this time was already rising in popularity due to key streamers like Ninja,
Had shockwaves after he railed me like that from behind. After he shot on my back. After he came from behind.
But now with everyone inside, streaming
Classic.
exploded. We had things like the Among Us craze,
Oh, God.
a rise in Minecraft.
I hated the fucking Among Us craze. That game got so boring in like a week. It was around for a week and it overstayed its welcome for like 2 years.
Viewership due to things like the Dream SMP, where we saw a different breed of parasocial viewer. We even saw the appearance of more things like
It's Gura.
VTubers. But one of the results of COVID, apart from it apparently messing with the fabric of time, where it feels like time is going way too fast now, but another
Oh, fuck.
effect was that
7
streaming
years?
got more popular, more people tried doing it, and more people got into it. It became mainstream, and even after COVID ended, it only became more popular, which is
During a game of Among Us, my best friend's wife got super pissed at me. Why? What did you do?
became mainstream, and even after COVID ended, it only became more popular, which has led to the streamers themselves being looked at.
I showed you guys this. Ninja trying to get people to Fortnite dance and floss at fucking the New Year's party, like in New York City. And he's like, come on, everybody, do it! I'm not seeing any movement! And like, no one does it at all. It's so fucking funny. So bad I couldn't take advantage of VTuber Rising during the pandemic because I was considered an essential worker, had to go to work when everyone else was at home. You know, just wait for the next plague. It'll happen.
More like celebrities. I mean, even celebrities themselves have tried to, in one way or another, enter the streaming space.
We could be taking questions right now. TikTok, you got any questions for me? What am I seeing? I'm saying, please come to Peru.
No.
You ate. Appreciate that. Love you, Brunito. When you come into my house, all right, maybe this questions thing wasn't a good idea.
My favorite was the Tony the Tiger. The Tony the Tiger fucking VTuber thing was the best one, where he was immediately sexually harassed off the platform by gay furries. That was the funniest shit.
When you come into my house, all right, maybe this questions thing wasn't a good idea.
Well, streaming blowing up, it has come with a number of negative aspects as well. Hate watching is one of them, where people watch you for the sole purpose of preying on your downfall.
Yeah, that's like half of you guys. Half of you guys here hate watch me.
Who wants some? You want this? Come get it! Get a job, Dale.
Why do you guys keep doing this?
Audience fatigue is a new one, especially if you
All
blow
of
up
us,
quite
yes, it's
fast
more than
and your
half, to be
content
for
is
real.
everywhere. People will get tired of seeing you and start to hate you. The only person I've seen that is completely immune to this is Queso. I have not seen an ounce of hate for him except his chat saying he's the descendant of a prehistoric
That's 'cause Queso's
megalodon,
fun.
which is one of the many ways they call
I like
him
Queso.
fat. There's also a problem with clones, where especially if you get popular for a specific thing or niche, some may attempt to copy you or what you're known for to reap the same benefits. And all of which I just briefly
you the
described
best,
probably
Bagman,
applies
honest.
tenfolds to the streamer I'm going to be speaking about today.
Shut up, I'd love to see you succeed and one day have like 14,000 people watching you. I think I'd just nuke my career at that point. I wouldn't want to deal with having so many mods to have that many people. but you know, we'll see.
Described
I'll take
probably
1,000.
applies tenfolds to the streamer I'm going to be speaking
wish
about
Bagman
today.
the worst.
A streamer that at their peak took over the internet to the point where people of all
My
ages
husband's
were
just so happy watching
him.
a peanut.
A streamer that with each stream would get over 100,000 concurrent viewers, and a streamer that is quite literally a
crash out
burnt
probably.
carbohydrate. The burnt
There's 2K mods or 2K views and 0 mod skill issue. Yeah, but that's because I don't want to have like I don't like clicking over here. I don't like it. I don't want to click over there. I let the mods click over there. That's what their job is. You know, Chad, I was like, who the fuck is this BurntPeanut guy after the VTuber like awards drama? I was like, who? And I was like, I don't get it. But then I watched him a little bit. I thought it was kind of funny. Now, I don't care about watching people play shooters. Right? But the guy is entertaining.
peanut.
There's a new one, though. For some reason, a bunch of Dr. Disrespect Champion Club members have been coming in. They, like, think since I'm big now, I'm encroaching on his territory or something. It's like I'm on Ark Raiders, not the playground.
Now, if you don't know who the BurntPeanut is, he started streaming all the way
You're a
back in
slop pig?
2022.
No.
And when he started,
Maybe
he
a little bit.
wasn't a peanut. He was an actual person, a fleshy, if you will. But it's important to note that almost
just
all
do this.
records of these past streams when he wasn't the peanut has been scrubbed from the internet to the point where you can only find singular
I
frames
still don't get
of
the man
those
is boring
streams.
as fuck. I mean, I guess it's, you know, different taste for different people. There's a lot of streamers you guys watch that I think are fucking boring. Like, again, I don't really watch him too much because, one, I don't have time, but two, I don't care about watching shooters, to be honest.
But back
it's not
then,
so
he
bad.
mainly streamed Escape from Tarkov, the game you only play if you have a gambling
Name one?
addiction,
No.
or you're a masochist and
Don't
hate
say
yourself.
Cleo again. I didn't insult Cleo. I just said it's not my style.
For the team, boys.
Or, more commonly, you're a hacker. When he began streaming, he was still working a full-time job at a call center for
The video just echoed your
scheduling,
take on
with the main
Tarkov.
thing-
That's because my take on Tarkov is true. Why do you hate Akibo? What, you guys are just throwing names out there. This guy's obviously Fridge. Like, I've never seen a fucking happy person playing Tarkov. I've never seen someone play Tarkov and they're having a good time in the video game. I've never seen like, boy, I can't wait to play Tarkov. I'm having such a good time. They're always fucking miserable. They hate their life. They hate the fucking game. They everything about it they hate. Why do they even play it? It's not a good time to lose your shit all the time, Bags. Then play a different game!
Being scheduled according to him being cat waxing. But it was the cat usually most of you definitely aren't used to seeing, if you catch my drift. But when he started, he would stream regularly for around 5 months before giving it up, and he would only return a year later after a friend persuaded him to start streaming again. And after one of his first streams back, he noticed his name was BurntPeanut. So for his next stream, he became a peanut, and the rest from there is seemingly history. He still played Tarkov, but now as a peanut, and he began streaming more regularly with usually a daily stream that ranged from 2 to 6 hours depending on the day. He also began taking his clips from his stream and posting them to places like YouTube, which assists.
Yeah, he does the thing that I'm supposed to do when I don't. He does the thing I'm supposed to do and I never get around to it.
In slowly building up his following.
I'm about to show you the power of the Windingulator, the most powerful weapon in all of Tarkov, but do not share it with anyone.
I don't get shorts. Every time I've ever posted a short, whether I put a lot of effort into it or put a zero effort, it does the exact same. It has never resulted in any growth. I've never seen anything happen to it. I don't understand how they work. I don't get it. I don't understand its short form content. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
Oh my god.
I got him.
By the end of 2024, he was averaging over 1,000 concurrent viewers, and it would only go up from there at the start of the next year. However, he was still streaming Tarkov, which people didn't really mind.
About the star
Most
people?
were there for his personality at that point.
Fucking camping little bitch pussy.
Got your little boyfriend.
Yeah, he's a fucking Timmy, you little.
And you're next. Yeah!
Hooray!
And things like his peanut avatar constantly changing, the animations he played before he went into each raid, animations which were made by his brother, and the fact there was never truly a dull moment in his streams was why a lot of people kept watching him.
Love you, nut. Peanut's middle is the perfect place for my froggy penis. I want to wear them like a condom and feel that sweet, sweet ass pucker.
And all of this would later be a hallmark of his content. By August of 2025, he was averaging over 10,000 viewers, which put him at the top percentile of streamers. But his viewership would soon skyrocket in November of the same year, which was partially due to the launch of a game called
He deals with tangent shit too. I'm pretty sure he turns it off when he's playing.
Initially thought to be
and he only has TTS on and nothing else.
Another extraction shooter trying to copy Tarkov, and a game that 3 years ago was supposed to be a completely different game. But despite what people thought before it launched, it was somewhat of an instant success when it finally released.
Whatever you say, Killjoy. You guys are like, do shorts that also turn on Tangia. So I could have something happen in the game, or have something happen somewhere, and then have Tangia play over it, and so I can't use it. I can't do both.
Playing it and watching it. Peanut began streaming it on release, and quickly he not only became the face of the game, but the face of streaming for quite a while.
He's yelling at us.
They're saying running dive through.
Oh fuck.
Just edit out the tangent. Oh yeah, easy.
He did not escape Peanut. He had broken outside the ARC Raiders category and become mainstream.
You yesterday was funny? Yeah, see, those are fine.
Those
work.
His stream or a clip of someone talking about his stream. But with that many eyes on you, it almost becomes impossible to avoid controversy, either by people clipping you out of context, or even some people going all the way back before you blew up and sharing a clip of you saying a slur.
I would get QD OLED. Oh my.
He did say slurs a couple times, which is another reason I liked him. See, that's the thing. He said the slurs. He talks about how much he hates the Europeans. He likes America. I think he said he lives in Texas and has a lot of guns. He's cool. That makes him okay in my book.
My God, dude, what is it? What is up with this fat man? Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck. God damn it.
He even got into a controversy for being nominated and winning the VTuber of the Year
Well,
award,
we got
which
banned
pissed
the
a lot
last
of
time
people
I got
off
too
because
silly.
They don't think he's a VTuber. I mean, he even thinks he's not a VTuber. He classifies himself as a PTuber. And after facing all of this backlash, he immediately started making jokes at the expense of the people that were mad at him.
That's a VTuber right there. Listen up, 40-year-old man in a 15-year-old anime 2D VTubing suit.
But if we're honest, it was the Streamer Awards, the event that most criticised for their theory it's just an award show for the friends of the people that host it, and the event where there's backlash each year for the nominations and award winners anyway. Like, it happens every year. But apart from people
does happen
digging
every
things up
fucking
from his
year.
past, apart
You
from
mentioned
his
you back, yeah, me.
classifications as a VTuber or a PTuber, and apart from his controversies, there's already a few problems that have surrounded him, and it's only gotten worse as he's gone.
This fucking guy.
There's already a few problems that have surrounded him, and it's only...
I think this guy is single-handedly, like, making him less popular. Because people think they're the same person. And this guy is so fucking weird.
Gotten worse as he's gotten bigger, and it's to the point now where it's widespread and more apparent than ever. And you could
Wait,
say
what did that one say? POV, when my wife's boyfriend gives me an hour of screen time, so I genuinely spend it all watching the BurntPeanut and gooping.
It's to the point now where it's
Professional hater? He's not even a hater. The imitator guy, he's an imitator. He's not even a hater. He's just an autistic fucking like a bandwagon hopper. He's so weird. I assume the video is going to talk about him later, but we'll see.
Than ever. And you could say it's at the level now where it's directly affecting the reputation of Peanut. But what are these problems?
Let's see.
Ooh, let's clone him. Well, sniff it.
Do they make porn of the autistic guy too? The most heinous porn you've ever seen in your life. They make of the weird autistic imitator guy.
So as I said, when creators blow up, especially for a specific reason, it's natural to see others witness this attention and attempt to recreate
clone
it to potentially get a portion of the limelight. This can range from playing the same game to doing the same content to, at worst, attempting to replicate the personality of the original content creator.
You really think I'm queso? You really think I'm queso?
And Peanut is no different from this trend. Actually, in his case, it's much worse. Probably because he's formatted in the way he is.
Who the fuck
he's
was
simply
that?
a peanut with a filter that captures his mouth and eyes, projected onto the 3D Peanut model. Before Peanut blew up, there was little...
Yeah, see, we're unique. Nowhere else on the internet are there as many chatters that are jerking off at the same time.
To nobody with the same format. Ironically, the closest relative to his format he had at the time was actually VTubers. And I know by simply just making that comparison may result in some fans having an aneurysm, but when he did eventually blow up, it essentially became a gold rush overnight. Hundreds of other streamers would adopt an anatomy.
I've seen this shit where they just have the eyes and the mouth and then they're just sitting there not doing anything. But for some reason it makes it so funny to me. When they're just sitting there like a dead-eyed just...
became a gold rush overnight. Hundreds of other streamers
I don't know what the
would
fuck he
adopt
is.
an inanimate
An
object
egg?
with their face displayed on top of it, which ranged from things like other edible items to items of clothing to random objects to
a mattress,
even organs.
a heart. I've seen that one.
Feeling we are soon going to see a Peanut clone in the
Well, haven't you been a bag tuber? You know what? I'll get right on it.
Form of a puckered anus that was locally sourced. That would actually be impressive, probably because you'll be instantaneously banned, but then again, if you're streaming on Twitch,
Wait.
knowing...
Moonshine? Moonshine? Is this you?
Then you might be fine. There was also a rise in tutorials walking you through how to make your own BurntPeanut avatar, which only made it more widespread. Now, these streamers obviously knew what they were doing.
I'm not trying to copy BurntPeanut. I say I'm different from the peanuts. I say no.
A lot of these new streamers would begin being called peanut clones, and I've yet to see one that has successfully pulled this
Holy
off
fuck.
and managed to gather
Baby
an
apple
audience
jelly?
that doesn't
What is this one?
associate them with peanut. But are we seeing a trend like VTubers where one person inspires many others to the point where it becomes its own genre? No. As said, I don't see any of these new streamers doing anything unique, and none have accomplished the goal of branching away from the peanut stereotype. I mean, we had the annoying Orange do this shit like 10 years ago, and I don't think there were any successful copies around that time, but hey, I could be wrong. Maybe a disheveled filled condom will be streamer of the year around this time next year. Even Peanut has picked up on people doing this, and he doesn't really seem to have a problem with it.
I mean, are they... I don't know. I mean, are they kind of hopping on the floor a little bit? Sure, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's like if you have a like, even if you did have a problem with it, like, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like, what are you supposed to do?
It's like whatever,
right?
It's
like there's nothing you can do.
Invent the peanut. I didn't. You know what? They can do whatever they want. They can, you know what I mean. But follow your dreams. That's what I say. That's what I say.
However, even though there are a lot of these clones, currently there is one that stands above the rest. The ultimate peanut clone, and that is the faithful sheriff.
Ooh, let's start on him.
Peanut clone, and that is the faithful sheriff.
Ooh, let's start on him. Well, sniff it.
I think, bro.
We got him.
He is the very definition of a peanut clone. He is what appears to be the inbred variant of the burnt peanut. He even has lore that relates to the burnt peanut. Where the story goes, he was...
This fucking guy is so weird. While you watch this, that fucking guy was all over my Twitter. Was that really a clip? Yes! Yeah, the incredible Gassy Nut. He was all over my fucking Twitter. I was watching him just become a meme, a locale in real time. I just saw the worst shit ever.
He even has lore that relates to the burnt peanut. Where the story goes, he was turned into a peanut because he disrespected Peanut's friend, Gingy, which outside of the peanut he did actually do. He made a whole video saying she was boring, and apparently they saw that video and responded to it. But in the lore, after seeing Gingy disrespected, the burnt peanut would respond by using his peanut wizard powers to turn this guy into a peanut. That is his lore.
You know what you mean?
Great.
Yeah, he turned me into a peanut, actually. That's why I'm a peanut. He turned me into one. He's my arch nemesis.
But this isn't the first time the faithful...
This is like the worst type of hanger-on.
Sheriff has done something like this, because he was previously known before his rebrand as Dr. Witnesser, or as most people called him, Dr. Chud. And if...
Jesus fucking Christ.
If it wasn't obvious, this was his attempt in trying to be a clone of Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Witnesser, thank you for the $10, Doc. I'm 20 minutes deep in some spice, hot, acidic, goosebump-driven diarrhea, and I ran out of toilet paper. I'm install 102 in the arena. Can you send Alex in to toss me a roll? Alex is not here today. You're in shit out of luck.
Bro, that was so worth it.
He was quite infamously known around this time.
What the fuck?
For one, constantly saying slurs.
So, back in the day of the 1910 and 1800s, people would refer to black individuals as niggers.
He was also known as the guy who told an 8-year-old child that Santa wasn't real.
What the fuck?
Say that Santa Claus isn't real, that your parents just bring you the presents.
Yeah, that's actually true, unfortunately.
There's always a locale.
That's another lie, and that people
He is,
spread.
man.
I don't teach my kids about Santa Claus because it's not
He
real,
has kids!
and I don't lie to my kids.
He was also known to be heavily...
You don't have kids. There's no fucking way you have kids. Ain't no way. If this guy has kids, it's impossible. I don't believe it.
Religious, and if you had a mic on in his Fortnite lobby, he would try and
We're all
convert you to
failures.
some form of Christianity. Even if you have a different religion or you're a child, he will still try and convert you.
Xbox.
Nice.
I'm playing PS4 right now, but I'm gonna play on Xbox.
Cool.
Yes.
So, listen, I go into games and I teach people about the Bible.
Yeah.
About the afterlife.
You know how much that Xbox cost?
What?
He said, you know how much an Xbox costs. Listen.
How much that Xbox cost?
I think he was most known for trying to convert a child and telling them if they don't convert, they will go to hell when they die or something. But obviously, with his reputation in the toilet as Dr. Witnesser, he would move on to greener pastures, which was doing the exact same thing he was doing before, but now as a peanut.
So, do you believe in Jesus? Or did college teach
Sounds
you
like
out
something
of Jesus?
Bags would do. What do you mean something I would do? Why would I? What are you talking about?
That's what they do.
And for some reason, he has a bit where he loves being a bit gassy, and he will regularly unload on stream.
Good morning, everybody. It's the faithful sheriff, and today we're going into Fortnite and telling everybody about the good Lord. Everyone's welcome. If you're nice and all that.
Do not tell Pyrocynical about this streamer. Now, obviously, he could not outrun his past, and with him doing the same thing he did with Dr. Disrespect, now with the BurntPeanut, he quickly became one of the most hated.
I'll tell you guys the real reason he does that. Because I looked at this. Because he was all over my Twitter. And I was like, what is the actual reason? It's because he is family friendly, and so his humor is family friendly, and the only thing that he can think of that's funny that is family friendly is farting. That's it. So he does it like every 5 fucking seconds.
Peanut clones, because at least all the other clones did their
It's a
own
fetish.
thing. They never
Maybe
tried
it's a
to be
fetish.
Carbon copy, and they never begged for attention from Peanut.
Here's the deal. If you get the burnt...
Hold on, what is this one?
Copy, and they never begged for attention.
Oh, God.
From Peanut.
Here's the deal. If you get the burnt peanut to respond to this video by saying,
Start
I
doing it in
released
the
you
bags.
of your peanut bombs, you get your witnesser back.
But because people hated him so much, it has led to a number of things happening. First, someone sent him a fake cease and desist letter, which was said to be from Peanut, which
Oh my God.
made him
This fucking
promptly
guy.
end stream because he thought he was going to get sued by Peanut. The second thing was that people started circulating fake rumors about him. Someone photoshopped a cock on his
Yep, this went normal.
Peanut, which was something that happened to the original Peanut, and they made it look like he was requesting this just so he could be like Peanut, and he denies it.
I never said this. I never even knew that these guys existed prior to yesterday when this post came out. Here's a picture of my real penis that you can use. Obviously, this is not me. Y'all have seen me. This person probably weighs about 170. I'm 300 pounds.
People also raided his Discord day one and circulated some rumors there.
Uh-huh. The fucking... the video of his Discord, and like... I opened my Discord, guys, and the people just go in there and are just yelling slurs. And, like, you can't even hear anything. There's so many slurs.
Third, they have doxed him whilst he was live multiple times.
Oh my
In
God.
one event, reading out his full social security number, and in another, a
What the
person
fuck?
in a game with him calls him out for not living in Texas and lapping that he does. And then they proceed to read out his current address, which, understandably, results in a reaction of him looking at the camera like he had just witnessed a second Hiroshima.
I can argue.
Like how you lied about being from Texas when you live in...
I don't live there, buddy.
Really? Because your wife does.
Oh, fuck!
You can actually find
Most
a lot
normal
of hate
teenager
posts
routines.
about him just showing his address, which is fucked up, because he has a wife and kids, and you are potentially putting him and his family in danger doing this.
He has a wife and kids. Are we bad? God, what's wrong with me? What's your excuse, Bags? I'm gonna say standards. I don't know. But I don't have that many, so I don't know, man. We're just broken, man. He's doing better than most of us. Yeah. Let that sink in. The faithful sheriff is doing better than most of us. Fuck. Fuck that guy.
You shouldn't do
I don't
this,
think we're gonna
but from
make
the
it.
outside with all of this happening, it has not hindered his activity at
You gaslit us into believing Pickle is crippled and wheelchair bound? Well, that's because it's true.
all. He seems to have more viewership than ever since he became the faithful sheriff, but obviously it has somewhat affected the BurntPeanut brand and potentially added to the next problem Peanut has been facing.
Oh,
Mr.
fatigue. Oh, God.
A little bit of goop. A little bit of goop. Wow, I'm such a f***ing chud.
Now the last problem is something I mentioned at
Hello,
the start
Vero.
of the video, which is when you get as big as Peanut and you are basically everywhere on most platforms. I think even I've been barraged by Peanut clips on my beloved Instagram Reels. And although it's
That's
probably
true.
not just Peanut himself posting all over these platforms, it's also his audience. But regardless, it still leads to the same result, which is that people get quickly tired of seeing you and in some cases just start to hate you. But for the
Yeah, that's like when you're big, people make clips of you because then it'll automatically, there's an audience like right there. So they'll do the clips and then it'll automatically take off usually. And you get them free money. Clips of clips. Yeah, and then they just take clips other people have made and like just post them again. So you'll just end up seeing the same fucking clip 100 times.
BurntPeanut in this case, it's probably the fastest I've ever seen this happen because he only blew up like 4 to 5 months ago, and already both him, his audience, and even his catchphrases have been designated as cringe. Currently, it's looking like the
And wife's
reputation
boyfriend
of
says, "I
being a
can't watch the
BurntPeanut fan is
BurntPeanut."
probably on the same levels as being a has-been hotel fan.
Oh
I'm
God.
gooping it. I'm gooping it. This is the best part. This is the best part. Just wait. Just wait. Hate for Mr. Nut is so forced because how can you hate him? He's just a silly little guy. Mr. Silly. Too silly.
A little bit of goop.
It's even got to the point where people
It was
act
my
like the
mind.
BurntPeanut had beheaded each of their family members in front of them
When
with
you're
how
big,
mad they
you ain't anyone making clips of you fatty. Yeah, I'm not big. I have like 100 people watching me. What do you mean I'm not big? Yeah, no shit.
are when it comes to talking about him.
The BurntPeanut has no choice but to rely on an AI avatar to pull viewers in. Why exactly? This is one of the most brutal and classic example of the BP. If he were to
What?
show his face on stream, he would get 0 viewers because his Philly is way too short.
Even though you're not funny, you don't make your family laugh at the dinner table.
What
I
does
know
that
you don't.
mean?
What are you telling
Was
them?
that like looks maxing?
Yeah, I'm just a fucking peanut. I have a peanut mascot on.
You're just like 300
and I
pounds?
turn to the
No, I'm
side
only
and
like
open my mouth.
250.
The kids love it saying that, nigga, you are lame.
This seems to have been a thing that only recently happened because some people are confused how he went from generally loved to now widely hated. Some have blamed it on the fans on the older side of his audience, more accurately the millennials, citing the videos of them unironically repeating some of his catchphrases. But come on, millennials got completely fucked when it came to the housing market. Let them have their fun. But
Yeah,
was
let
it
us
down
have
to
it.
the fans of the BurntPeanut that he's now considered cringe? I don't necessarily think so. Yes, there are a few posts I've seen that may have contributed to it, and I don't
God.
think it's down to the behavior of the BurntPeanut himself. He's been doing the same thing he always does. He hasn't.
Well, the fight, it's just the goddamn Arc Raiders has started getting boring too. Like, he hasn't been playing Arc Raiders. Bags, hold up 3 fingers in front of your face. We need to make sure you're not AI. No, I'm not. But it's because, like, people got tired of Arc Raiders really fast. And now he's, like, trying to do other things, so people aren't watching as much. But this, he's gonna be fine for the rest of his life. He's gonna be just fine. It's like, instead of 100,000 people, he'll have 10 or 20,000. He's gonna be just fine. He's set.
changed enough
He's
from
good.
what I've seen to warrant this shift. I think it's just the internet being the internet and the combination of blowing up so fast and being everywhere to the point where it gets somewhat annoying to people, or you don't hold the same value than you did previously because you're mainstream now, and it's to the point where maybe your grandma's even saying things like she's gooping it, quoting him directly, so I guess it's not as cool as when he was more of a niche streamer. But yeah, it's quickly shifted from the BurntPeanut being widely praised to now people
Like that everyone wants to be paid to get viewed, you get paid to steal content, you get paid to hate, worst timeline, people rather not you specifically. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, but like, it's a weird thing, because as a streamer, as a professional full-time streamer that loves streaming all the time, one of the best things people can do for you is make clips of you. But it's like when you're already big and people are like just recycling clips of you, then it gets old, I guess. I don't know. Right? Like, I've never understood. There used to be a lot of streamers, like VTubers specifically, Niji Sanji VTubers specifically, that would be like, don't make clips of my streams, you're stealing my content. That was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard people say. Because that is literally the best way for your streams to grow, is people making clips of you and like putting it out there. I believe you can still get into Niji. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to. I have, low as my standards are, I think my standards are a little bit higher than being in Niji Sanji at this point. I think I'm good.
Tired of seeing him and his audience.
I'm a motherfucking gooner boy. I'm a dreamer boy. I love a boy that don't even fucking need a boy. Baby, I'm a gooner boy.
So in conclusion, the BurntPeanut currently is seeing something that affects most people that get popular rather fast. Does it mean his online career is over and he's doomed to fall off? No, this will come and pass. A lot of the clones will die off unless we do actually see what we saw with
You're a sex pest, you only fit in Niji.
Successfully
only sex pest
being
chat.
Associated with Peanut. The criticism towards his content and fans is going to be around for a while. We are seeing a pack god-like situation with this, but people will eventually move.
Pack God fan attempts to fight back against the bullies, then gets backshots. Who is Pack God? Who the fuck is that? What do you mean we're seeing a Pack God situation?
For a while, we are seeing a Pack God
You're a molester,
situation
you're a molester.
with this, but people will eventually move on. However, currently the Peanut is doing fine. He's just as big, and he's still one of the top streamers. Yes, these problems may have tainted his reputation and brand, but I think long term he'll be fine. But yeah, that's it.
God,
if
I
you're
don't know.
using
I
Linux
don't
to
know.
watch this right now, we get it, you're a femboy. But make sure to
What?
uninstall the French language pack. It's been causing performance issues for Linux systems. But that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
Random fucking Linux tips at the end?